Yo, what is good YouTube? It's your boy llStumpy, man. I am back with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be going in depth on my opinion about each of the defensive badges in NBA 2K26, which ones are the most effective, which ones are the most ineffective, and exactly which tier to put each defensive badge on for your lockdown build. So with that being said, let's try to smash 100 likes, and let me know if you guys want me to go in depth with any other badges, the finishing or the shooting. I can talk about these things all day, but with that being said, let's get right into it. Yo, what is good YouTube? It's your boy llStumpy, man. I'm back with another video. I'm gonna be going into a lot of the defensive badges that I like, that I think are effective, badges that I think are ineffective, and also badges that I think that should be a higher and lower tier. So this build right here, this is my physical 3D sniper. If you want a link to how to make this build, I'll have a link in the description. This is one of my favorite builds. This is my 6'5" two-way sharpshooter build. I use my cap breakers to get the 99 perimeter. I got the 93 pointer. I'm gonna probably use cap breakers on either steel or I don't know, either probably strength or steel or 3-pointer. I don't know yet. Comment below what I should do. But with that being said, let's get into the badges, okay? All right, y'all. So since my lockdown defender, so I'm gonna show you guys two lockdown defender builds and badges. So this is my 6'5" small forward, and the reason why I'm gonna show you guys two different builds on lockdowns is because different lockdown got different badges. This is a 6'5" small forward, my other one's a 6'8" small forward, different attributes, different badges, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about the first badge here that's already on your screen, Challenger. Now this badge, Challenger, it improves the effectiveness of well-timed contests against perimeter shooters. Let me tell you why this is easily my favorite badge in the game and why you should use this on the highest tier, okay? So the Challenger badge, it helps you contest shooters, right? In 2K26, everybody knows this. This is like, everybody knows this. The contests in this game are completely trash. I don't know if 2K is gonna fix it. Patch 1 already been out, they didn't touch it, but you can literally get on a 7'4" and shoot over everyone. You don't even have to be 7'4", you could be 6'10", 7 foot. You're shooting over everyone in this game. It could, even little guards, you get a little bit of space, they can fade. So one thing I noticed what happened to this badge on Legend since I unlocked it is that people tend to miss more when I get a slight contest. Now, I'm not saying that I completely stop everybody. People are still shooting over me, but when I put it on Legend, I noticed that contested shots are more likely to miss now that I got it on Legend. So whatever the highest thing you could put this badge on, I'm gonna show you guys my tier 1 and 2 on my badge elevators in a second as well. But I recommend running this on Legend, man, or in the highest that you could put it, okay? So with that being said, let's get into on-ball minutes. Now, on-ball minutes, this badge is about pounds and bodies up while defending on the perimeter. So this one goes hand in hand with Challenger. Having these two, like, okay, I want to say this too. I feel like this is more for on-ball defender. So this build is an on-ball defender, which means I'm going to be guarding point guards, right? It's going to be slightly different when I talk about the taller lock builds in a second, but these two badges go hand in hand. So having these two on the higher tier really gives me the best chance at stopping the guard from making those lightly contested, and you know, sometimes I even feel like this badge makes shooters miss open sometimes that I'm guarding. So off the bat, these are my two favorite, most important defensive badges as an on-ball defender, okay? Second, you got pick dodger, but I don't think, I'm sorry, okay, here we are. So I don't think you need to have this badge super high. Like, I use it on Hall of Fame, yes, but I really don't think you need it on Hall of Fame or Legend. I think gold works good, but I use it on Hall of Fame, but I don't think you need it on Legend, okay? Next, pick dodger is pretty self-explanatory. That's why I didn't really like say too much in it. And everybody, pick dodger's been around the game for years. It's the get around screens pretty much. Next is the glove. Honestly, I have it on gold, but I really don't think, I think this is a badge you can have on bronze, honestly, because this year for on-ball steals, you can ask any lockdown or anybody that plays this game, lockdown or not, you don't get on-ball steals like that this year. You're getting nothing but fouls, but you can get hassling and occasional bump steals. What's the difference between bump steals and an on-ball steal? Spamming X or the analog or whatever you use to reach, that is on-ball steal. There's no ripping people like that this year. Even if you got takeover, even if you got Legend glove, I tested it out, I barely get plucks like that. But I have 92 strength, right? I just want to show you this badge real quick. So since I have 92 strength, what am I looking for? I have a movable force legend. I get so many buff stills. This is the next badge I want to get into. This one is big. This one is super important right here. So I have a movable force legend because I have a 92 strength on this build. Every time I bump someone, especially when I'm in takeover, they're dropping the ball instantly. So I think this one is also plays hand in hand also with on ball menace and challenger, because those badges combined with this one, high 99 perimeter, 92 strength. I'm getting straight bumpy out there, y'all. I think this one's really important. Okay, off ball pest. I mean, yeah, I can get it on legend. I think this is one of those badges where you can keep it or silver and bronze. Pretty self-explanatory. It's like holding on to someone off ball literally speaks for itself. I think this badge is I'm gonna be honest, I think this is a badge where you can have on bronze. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? But I have it on Hall of Fame. Post move lockdown on box out beast. I'm not gonna really get into those because this is more of an on ball defender. Is not much of a paint or like, you know, you're switching on to the center with this build. But stick around, I'm gonna show you guys my 6-8 lockdown. That's the one that we're gonna talk more about those post move badges on. Okay, so badge perks. This is how, let me move my webcam so you can see the full thing. This is how I went for my 6'5" 2-way sharpshooter, the badges that I'm currently running. I like to run yeah, like I said, legend movable force, super important. I already have the other ones on legend as well. Like I said, my 3 favorite badges defensively is without a doubt on ball menace, challenger, and movable force. Those 3 on the highest tier will make you an elite defender. I don't care what nobody says, okay? But this is what I'm running for my badge setup. And you know, I change these depending on whether I play 2s, 3s, or rec. But yeah, like when I'm playing 3s, oh yeah, since I have a 92 strength on a small forward, I get Hall of Fame brick wall. Super slept on those little builds. 6'5", I'll be setting big bodies with Hall of Fame brick wall. Even though I'm 6'5", with 92 strength, I'll be setting big bodies. But yeah, I normally change these around, and yeah, I use my elevator on the challenger. So that's pretty much it. My favorite badges, my favorite defensive badges for on ball lock. I'm gonna quickly swap builds to my 6'8", and then we're gonna get right into it again. All right, y'all, so this right here is my 6'8" lockdown, my edge enforcer. This is also a build that I love to use because it serves a different purpose than my 6'5" on ball lock. This one can guard on ball a little bit, but it's primarily good for the 2s, guarding the center, or taller guards. That's what this build excels at. So it gets to 81-3, 90 perimeter, 90 steal, 90 block, and I use 2 cap breakers to get my defensive rebound to a 91. That way I can help up, because normally this is a 3s. Normally this is like a 2s build and I have to get boards, but also if I were to play 3s with this build, I can still help out the center getting rebounds with a 91 defensive rebound. So I have a link to this build as well if you want to make it. I'll have it in the description as well. But let's get right into defensive badges that I like to use on this build right here. Okay, so one thing you'll notice off the bat, this build doesn't really get too many legend badges. Like I said, this is more of like a spot up sharpshooting lockdown build, but taller, like more of like a popper build but at a small forward. Okay, so for this build, let's start with interceptor, right? I get a 90 still in this build. I think interceptor is one of those badges you can honestly run on silver or bronze. You don't really need to have this on gold. I'm talking about builds. So when I'm talking about these badges, I'm talking specifically about builds who maybe have a little bit of defense and don't know what to use our max 1 and 2 on. I'm just letting you know that for builds like, for a badge like interceptor, you don't need a high. This is one of those badges where your steal ratings means more than a badge. So let's say you have a 80 steal, right? You got bronze or silver interceptor or whatnot. Leave it at that. That's perfect. You don't need to use your +1 or 2 on a badge like interceptor. Like your 80 steal with silver, bronze, whatever you get with that is pretty good. I'm telling you, I don't use intercept, like, all right, let me see real quick. So I don't use my max 1 and 2 badges. I don't use my max 1 and 2 on interceptor at all. Honestly, if I had the opportunity, I wouldn't even put it on gold. Bronze, you get hella steals anyway. So I already went into about challenger. I already went into about glove and pick dodger. Let's see. Let's talk about rebound chaser. This is a technically defensive badge as well. The reason why I say that is because it's part of the red and the rebounding, you know, defensive rebound, they go hand in hand. So rebound chaser, if you're a taller build like the one I'm showing you right here at 6'8", put this as high as you can. I get a 91 rebounding, so of course I'm going to put that badge on Rebound Chaser Hall of Fame. I be snagging on this 6'8 lock build. Like, I be snagging a lot with Rebound Chaser and the rebound rating. They go hand in hand. All right, so that's Rebound Chaser. I don't really need to go into that. That's pretty much self-explanatory with that badge, I'm gonna be honest. Next, let's talk about let's go to my badge perks. So remember, oh yeah, another badge. I think I passed it. Where's Paint Patroller? Let's talk about Paint Patroller. I've max +2 this. So remember I said this is a taller lock. This is a lockdown that's like, yeah, like if it needs to guard it will, but really it's meant to run, like, to be stopping those taller guard builds and those power forwards and those centers, you know what I'm saying? So I'll use my +2. I got my rebound. I use my +2 in the Rebound Chaser and the Paint Patroller to get those Hall of Fame. Right off the bat, I'm gonna be able to rebound centers and stop them in the paint potentially. Then I got my Box Out Beast on Hall of Fame. I think these are important badges to have on the tall lockdown build. You need to be able to get those boards, man. Rebounds in this game is super important. You know, people don't miss, so when they do, you want to make sure you're getting a rebound. And you know, I already went into it about Immovable Force. I think Immovable Force is one of those badges you need to put it as high as you can. And I might switch it, who knows? I might switch it around. But currently on these two builds, this is pretty much the badges I pretty much run hand in hand on both builds. And on my badge elevator, I wasted it on Off-Ball Pest. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really need to put it on anything else, so I kind of just threw that one in there as just a pick me badge. I just threw it in there. So let me know what you guys think. These are, in my opinion, I just went over some of the defensive badges in my opinion that I think are effective and that you could use, that you don't need to have it on a high tier, and I told you what badges that you could use on a low tier that is still effective. So let me know what you guys think. Remember, this is all my opinion. All my opinion. I'm not saying that this is correct. I'm not saying that this is how it goes. This is strictly on pretty much just what I think. But drop a like on the video, leave feedback if you want to see, if you want me to do any other badges like shooting, finishing. Let me know in the comment section. Boy llStumpy. Let's try to smash 100 likes in the video. I'll catch you guys. Peace.